Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It's officially spooky season. Tell me why I don't want to read anything spooky. Well, okay, let's rewind that. Tell me why I don't want to read anything horror-esque, any haunted house, paranormal / horror books, and maybe not even any thriller books, okay? Tell me why. This is my favorite month of the year. Not only because we have a lot of things going on, we have several birthdays this month, we have a trip that we always take at the end of the month, we have Halloween spooky season, we have Halloween, we have fall festivals, we have pumpkin patches, but I don't want to read anything scary. Hi, my name is Monica and I'm the biggest, the most annoying mood reader ever. I can't help it, guys. It's just what in the mood at the time. I read whatever I feel like reading at the time. And if it's a Christmas book in the middle of October, which is not, but if it is, so be it. Okay, so we are almost in mid-October. Yes, I know. We are now talking about my October TBR. It's a little late, but I have some good picks here that I am so in the mood to read this month, or, you know, for the rest of the month, that I'm so excited to share with you guys. And yes, even though we are late filming this TBR video, even though we're late talking about my October TBR, better late than never, right guys? In front of me, I have 11 more books that I really want to read and finish by the end of the month. Is it very ambitious? Yes, it is. But aren't all my TBRs ambitious? Duh. Anyways, before we get into the video though, if you haven't already, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. That way you never miss another one of my videos. Okay, moving on to this list, let's talk about the first book that I intend on reading, which I'm already like 15% through on my Kindle, and that is Noctifreakincadia by Carrie Lake. Okay. Let me just tell you, I've only read 3 books so far. It's October 13th. I've only read 3 books so far, and I've been drowning with this month's reading goal because I've just been picking up books that are not, at least the one that I'm trying to finish, which I'm probably going to DNF, is just giving me a little slumpy mood. It's putting me into a little slumpy mood, sort of say, and I don't want to DNF it, but it's getting there. And the book I'm talking about is Immortal Dark by Tejas Gurma. Let's just say I had really high expectations of that book. I am over, I think I'm like 53% through that book, and it still hasn't met my expectations. And I don't know at this point if it will, but I am stubborn and I want to finish it so I can properly review it, but let's just say it's not looking good. Anyways, since then, I have picked up Noctifreakincadia by Carrie Lake, and I freaking love it. I actually ordered the physical copy of it, which I'll be getting today, by the way. Can we talk about the best spooky, with the best atmospheric Halloween vibes that you will ever read in a book ever? This is dark academia, forbidden teacher-professor romance, dark romance, if I haven't said so already. There's a mystery also, a mystery sprinkled in there. We have parasites, we have gory scenes, we have a gothic, pristine university that... Can I say more, you guys? I am freaking loving this book so much, and for it to be my first Carrie Lake book, she has done me no wrong, okay? She might be one of my favorite authors, and I'm not even done with this book, and I'm freaking loving it. It is taking me out of my little slumpy slump that I am currently in right now, and I am just having the best time of my life. The best time. So I will be reading and finishing that book this month. Thank you very much. Another book that I want to read, that I don't have the physical copy of it yet, but I will own this book and the book that comes after it and the rest of the books in the series, because I think it's going to be a 5-book series. Hollow Heathens. This is book 1 from the Tales of Weeping Hollow series by Nicole Fiorina. These are dark romance books following witches and their heathens. We have 5 masked men, and each book follows a different man. And I've heard nothing but great things about this series. Right now there's only 2 books out, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be 5 books in this series, and we're all following different men, obviously. Then there are witchy romances with these witches, I believe. And it's dark, it's gothic, it's beautiful. I've heard that the writing in this is so poetic and lyrical and exceptionally lush and gorgeous. I mean, come on, I need to own the physical copies of these books, hands down. The only thing I'm afraid of is that some of these books this month are very chunky chunk, okay? They're very, very thick, thicky thick. And so I struggle with that because a lot of these books are in my anticipated list. Will I get to all of these? Probably not, but I'm hoping and dying to get to most of these this month. This next book I want to talk about is the only thriller book that I have in this list. That's if I am tired of reading dark romance this month, because apparently that is what I'm in the mood to read this month. Look Closer by David Ellis, and this, I've heard such great things. It's also perfect for this time of year because the said murdering happens on Halloween. And what more could you ask for other than a psychological thriller following a dysfunctional marriage set in Halloween? I mean, and also the main male character in this book is also described as Joe Goldberg, I think. Joe Goldberg. I don't know if that's last name, but that's the main character of the book You and the TV series You. So I love thrillers like this where we have a possessive man who's out of control. He means well, but he doesn't really, and he's sick in the head, and there's a murder. Say no more. This book is very, very ambitious because I'm in my Carrie Lake realm, okay? And this one, I've heard it's perfect for spooky season. Anathema by Carrie Lake. The only reason why I'm hesitant to read and start this book, even though it's got rich, gothic, high romantic-y feelings, there's a creepy forest, there's monsters, everything is haunting and haunted and creepy in that sense. There's paranormal elements as well. It's because she doesn't have the freaking audiobook to pair it with. I'm sorry, but I refuse, you guys. I refuse to physically read a book on my own. Yes, okay, I do still know how to read, but it's just not the same. Once you combine reading physically, following along, and listening to an audiobook, and the audiobook is exceptional, and it's got dual POV, and it's got two narrators, male and a female. Why on earth would you not want to have that experience? I feel like I'm submerged immersively in a book when I'm doing it that way. And then when I read it on my own, it like is so slow because I'm like the slowest reader in the world. It feels like it drags on. I don't get the same high or the same feeling that I would get if I was doing it both. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm desperate though, after I finish Noctadia, I will jump into this because I've heard really amazing things about it, and October is the perfect time to be reading it. You've seen this book around. It has been in several multiple videos of mine, and here it is again in another video. That is One Dark Window by Rachel Gilling. I don't know why it's taking me forever to pick up this book. I've heard exceptional great things about it. I've heard that the second book is even better than the first book. I've heard that this is the time of year that you should be reading it because it's got a very unique magic system. It's got a dark forest. It's got a demon, I think. It's got tarot cards. It's got everything that you're looking for in a dark gothic fantasy romance. Anyways, I had the opportunity to pick this up last month and I lagged on it. Then I decided to go back on the wait list to check it out because I refuse again to just read it physically. I want to be immersed. I want to listen to the audiobook as well. So now I'm in the wait list because I refuse to also purchase the audiobook that costs more than the book itself. I just can't, okay? I can be impulsive when I buy my books sometimes, but not like that. Like, I can't justify that. So now I'm on the wait list. Hopefully I get off the wait list so I can start and finish this book and have another book on my 5-star read list. Next we have Belladonna. Okay, this book has been around everywhere and I have yet to read it. It was so popular when it first came out. This is the first book in a trilogy and I'm so excited because this one is described as Bridgerton but add paranormal elements and add, I think, a Grim Reaper. The love interest is a Grim Reaper. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Say no more. I am so excited about this. For as long as Signa Farrow has been alive, the people in her life have fallen like stars. Orphaned as a baby, 19-year-old Signa has been raised by a string of guardians, each more interested in her wealth than her well-being, and each has met an untimely end. Her remaining relatives are the elusive Hawthorns, an eccentric family living at Thorngrove, an estate both glittering and gloomy. Its patriarch mourns his late wife through wild parties, while his son grapples for control of the family's waning reputation, and his daughter suffers from a mysterious illness. But when their mother's restless spirit appears claiming she was poisoned, Signa realizes that the family she depends on could be in grave danger and enlists the help of a surly stable boy to hunt down the killer. However, Signa's best chance of uncovering the murder is an alliance with Death himself, a fascinating, dangerous shadow who has never been far from her side. Though he's made her life a living hell, Death shows Signa that their growing connection may be more powerful and more irresistible than she ever dared imagine. I heard that she literally takes, I think Belladonna, or she takes something to make her die for a second just so she can see Death, the Grim Reaper himself. I mean, isn't that kind of romantic in a sick way? Like, You guys, you know there's gonna be passion in this romance. I'm so excited for this. Again, I'm on the wait list, so let's just cross our fingers I get off of it soon. The next is a duology that I want to start and finish this month. I heard that this is it. There's no more books after this, but I could be completely wrong. The Coven and the Cursed by Harper Lee Woods. These are witchy, dark, atmospheric vampire romances. I mean, we have witches, we have vampires, we have dark elements, we have gothic background. You guys, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I can't wait to read these. I don't know anything about these other than the fact that they are dark and gothic and witches and vampires. The first one says, on the top says, death is not your end. Death is your undoing. Maybe forbidden love? Who knows? We'll see. This next book, okay, was not on this list until recently. And the only reason why I put it on this list is because where I read, you know when you open up Goodreads? No, I don't know where, but I saw it somewhere. I saw a quote from this actual book somewhere, and it was enough for me to drop everything I was doing and add it to my TBR this month. An Education of Malice by S.T. Gibson. Last month I read A Dowry of Blood by her. Love, love, love. Loved. Okay, I devoured that book, ate it up, I enjoyed it so much. This month, even though I should be reading Camilla first because this is a retelling of Camilla herself, it's dark academic, it's a sapphic romance between her and her love interest set at an academy. I just saw a quote from this book that got me hooked and interested in wanting to read it this month. I know this has been on my fall TBR for a while now. I want to read it this month though because it just sounded so beautiful. I can't wait. One of us was always going to bleed for the other. I mean, it sounds so romantic and lyrical and beautiful, and if it's anything like A Dowry of Blood where the writing is so lush and lyrical and poetic and scrumptious and full of just beautifulness, poetry, then sign me up. These next two books are books I kind of threw in here at the end. These are books I do want to get to, but the ones that I shared prior to these are more important to me on this list, are higher above on the list. Escaping Houdini by Carrie Maniscalco. This is the third book in the Jack the Ripper series. There's only 4 books in the series. This one follows a different mystery. We're actually set in America this time, which to me doesn't sound very interesting, to be honest with you, because I want to read a dark murder mystery with dark elements, a possible twist where you think it's gonna go in a fantasy route. I don't want to read it in America. I want to read it in a different country because I feel like other countries have such beautiful architectures and buildings and castles and stone gothic looking buildings. That's where I want the setting to be in these books. This one takes place in America, and I also think it's a traveling cruise. But I love this series, so I know it's going to be well written. I know I'm going to have a great time reading it. And I know it's going to fit the vibes of spooky season. Beware of midnight bargains. If you're not careful, you might lose your life, your very soul to this magical traveling show. Pretty much, sign me up. That's all I need to know. And the last book that I want to get to this month would be The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle. I think this is a debut novel. I could be wrong. This is an enemies to lovers romantasy, and it sounds so interesting. In a deadly game of revenge, the most dangerous mistake of all is falling in love. You guys, in the dark underbelly of a beautiful city, 2 rival gang members are pitted against each other in a deadly game of duty and revenge in which the most dangerous mistake is falling in love. Okay, I'm excited. In Phantom, a kingdom of cobbled streets, flickering lamplight, beautiful buildings, and secret catacombs, shade magic is a scarce and deadly commodity controlled by 2 enemy guilds, the Cloaks and the Daggers. The Thieves and the Assassins. On the night of her mother's murder, 16-year-old Seraphine runs for her life, seeking sanctuary with the Cloaks. Sarah is set on revenge, but are her secret abilities a match for the dark-haired boy whose quicksilver eyes follow her around the city? Nothing can prepare Sarah for the moment she finally comes face-to-face with Ransom, heir to the Order of Daggers, and Ransom is shocked to discover that this unassuming farm girl wields a strange and blazing magic he has never seen before. As the Cloaks and the Daggers grapple for control of Phantom's underworld, Sarah and Ransom are consumed by the push and pull of their magic and the deadly spark and terrible vengeance that keeps drawing them back together. So this is an enemies to lovers romantasy between a thief and an assassin. You guys, what? What am I going to get myself into? Also, the back, look how stunning that is. Even though this is just your regular book cover, look how beautiful the city looks. Yeah. I'm excited to get to this one. All right, so there you have it. Those are all the books that I want to read this month, even though we're midway through the month. I don't care. These are the books I'm craving right now. Who's to say when I finish this video, I will be craving something different? But honestly, I don't think so, you guys, because I'm already hooked with Nocticadia. Probably going to be one of my favorite dark romances of all time. I don't know if I should say that. Oh my god, those are like some very, very strong opinions, and I haven't finished the book yet, and I'm not even deeply into it yet, and we still have a slow romance to read about. Like, I'm just so excited. Anyways, these are all the books I want to read and finish this month. I'm very excited. This list is so rich with all the kinds of atmospheric vibes that I'm looking for this month. I'm so excited. I can't wait. So there you have it. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will catch you on my next one. Bye!